Hey everyone, welcome to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is going to be a general weekly reading for November 2nd, all the way up until that Saturday. So this week, okay? Pulling cards for overall energy, action, advice, some obstacles, and then what's going to be kind of happening around money, love, career, okay? So unfortunately, I've tried to film this video a few times, and I think that my phone turned off or somebody called me, and so I have cards that have already been pulled, so I'm not going to shuffle, so my apologies. But wanted to start off and say, this is a week to be very, very detail oriented, okay? Now, there's a lot of things happening, especially here in the States. I'm filming this on November 1st, so Sunday. We have a presidential U.S. election, so a lot of volatile energy happening around that. We just had the rare blue full moon that happened on Samhain or Halloween, whatever you celebrate. A lot of intense energy going on. So Knight of Pentacles, this is all about putting the work into the details. The devil is in the details. So and again, I say that too because we are still in Mercury retrograde, and even though it's officially supposed to end on the 3rd of this month, Tuesday, that does not mean that it's going to be, you know, green light to just launch and start and do everything. The energy is still going to be a little heavy, and there's going to be delays still. So what happens is that when the retrograde ends, it still has to go into its shadow phase back into a direct motion. So you're looking for about a week to week and a half after the end of a retrograde before the energy starts to lighten up and lift a little bit more. So overall energy, what we can see here, folks, and again, there's a lot of upheaval around the world in general. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is usually known as drama, okay? Drama queen. And by the way, it doesn't matter about the gender in tarot, but this, to me, it's not so much about, yes, there can be people who become very dramatic or can be confrontational, not even so much assertive that they can be downright aggressive, but this is someone or energy that a lot of us are going to have to at least engage with or interact or at least be approached, but there could be a lot of drama that happens. And again, you know, here for the States, we are having a big election, and there's going to be sore losers on either side. So what I can tell you that there's going to be a lot of drama and upheaval. It does feel very more like a tower energy moment, even though the tower didn't pull up in the reading, that there is going to be some type of destruction or, change, very fast, abrupt change into certain things that could put people on their heels, and they may not like it, so they can come out a little bit more confrontational. Okay, so just watch for that. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to engage, but people might pop off a lot quicker than they normally would. Okay, the energy is pretty thick for that type of behavior. So actions and advice. Okay, so 7 of Wands, for many of you, it is having to stand your ground. And, I'll use, again, a couple examples here in the States. There are certain locations in certain states where people are, being intimidated at going to voting and things like that, where you have to kind of stand your ground. Or, there could be situations where if you wear certain apparel, or if you, are out to even protest, people can be very confrontational, and you're going to have to stand your ground. But I feel like just the energy overall, a lot of you are going to have to stand your ground. Now, this is, to me, very heavily around human right issues. It's not just here in the United States. There's happening things all over the world. But I do feel like a lot of you are naturally going to be digging your heels in the ground and standing for what you believe in. And whether that's having to be very vocal, whether that's having to, you're putting things to pen to paper, that you're being very, you're engaging quite a bit on social media, whatever it is, people are becoming a lot more they're going public with their opinion, and they're really standing up for what they would believe in. And it doesn't matter what side of the fence you fall on, or it could be an array of issues, but a lot of people are being very fierce in their position. Now, what I will tell you is that, and after this type of energy where you feel like your body, it's almost naturally that fight or flight, but you're kind of in that fight mode, it can be very exhausting, mind, body, and soul. And what I will say, the Four of Swords is coming out here, and I think for a lot of people, this is going to have to be, this has been very mentally draining, where everyone's having to take a step back and reevaluate, recharge, recenter, regroup. And so what I will tell you is that this week, if you feel at any point that you need to take some time out and rest, I would listen to your body, because we're getting up to that point of the year. That time of year. I'm having a very hard time speaking during Mercury retrograde. I cannot wait until it's over. We're coming to that time of year, especially at work, where everyone is trying to button things up and get things ironed out and finalized, because a lot of us want to take holiday time away and be with friends and family, or just even having some solitude. And it's almost like this huge rush to get everything buttoned up so we can then relax. A lot of times when you're going to friends and family and events like that, holiday events, it's not always vacation. But what I can tell you is that listen to your body. If you need to rest, okay? Some obstacles. Now, here is what is challenging. We cannot control what other people do or say, or how they behave, but we can control ourselves and our reaction. Easier said than done, obviously. But we got the Seven of Swords. 2 sevens, pretty strong energy. Now, Seven of Swords, this is the trickery card. This is someone who, or energy that feels very backstabbing, people who try to fly under the radar, that are more foe than friend, okay? So whether it is, and I hate even saying this, I don't want to put this energy out there, but it could be like for the US election, regardless of the winner, there could be a huge debate or argument around recounting or the validity of a win, things like that, trying to poke holes in the truth, or trying to poke holes into the outcome, okay? To trying to change the narrative. So what I would say is that, yes, this can be happening at a grander scenario in the world, but certainly if this is somebody or energy that is entering into your life, be very careful, because this type of person, and I do feel like it could be a person, this is someone who is just trying to get their way. They're trying to get you to do something for them. It's to benefit them. It's nothing to do with you. So this is something or someone is definitely trying to stack the favor in their odds. I hope that makes sense. Now, the Moon card came out in reverse, so I have to tell you that things are going to start to come to light. The truth is going to be revealed. This is about, you're no longer walking in the shadows without a flashlight or some type of light to guide your way, to illuminate your path. The truth is going to start to come out, and things are going to become very, very, very clear. And it's actually going to be very easy for you to draw that line in the sand and say, you know what? No, I actually don't want to have that, person in my life, or no, I don't want to engage with that type of behavior, or no, I don't want to maybe go to a family function because I know it's just not going to be a good, healthy environment for me to be in. And I need to clear my mind, body, and soul, and I need to rest myself, and I don't want to engage in this combative, aggressive type of behavior. So it's going to be very easy for you. A lot of people, it's going to be very black and white, whether or not you're going to do something or be around someone. I think it's going to be pretty cut and dry for a lot of you here sooner than later. Three of Cups in reverse, this is really about not having, it's normally when people would come together and celebrate and be happy. I feel like for a lot of you that is going to be strained, and I really feel like this feels more with family than anything. And I hate to say that with a lot of you, but I do feel like there are going to be things that just become very clear to you, that the relationships that you once had with people they're just not mendable. And there's been too much that has been done or said that maybe you just can't come back from, okay? Now, let's see. So for money overall, King of Cups came out, and I would tell you that this is the time not to get too frivolous with your money. Also, if somebody has approached you to borrow money, if you do, and if you have the funds to do so, I wouldn't expect to get it back at all. So if you're going to be giving money to somebody or lend money to someone, I wouldn't expect it to get it back. And if you're okay with that, go for it. If not, you might want to rethink twice about it. But this is about living within your means, not being too frivolous. This is about really kind of saving more than spending, and or holding off on buying any large purchases or unneeded purchases because because they're on sale. This is using a little bit more disciplined with your money and maybe not spending every dollar that you have. Okay, so saving more than spending. Career, work, karma came out in reverse. So I gotta tell you that this feels like a lot of you are really struggling if you still want to be at your employer of choice, or your employer, maybe not of choice, but whether or not your job is fulfilling enough where you see yourself doing it for the next 5-10 years or up to retirement. Maybe it's looking at, and to me, this is very much that Saturnian energy where you're starting to see, am I valued where I'm at? Am I being paid for what I should be getting, or what my worth is? Are the people that I work with or my boss, are they the people that I feel that I have not only a connection with, but they trust me, they, see me as an expert, they want to see me grow, they want to see positive things for me in my career. You're starting to look through your career and see, and your job, if it's what you see yourself doing in the long term. And for a lot of you, that's a no. Excuse me. Saturn is all about karmic payouts, karmic, lessons. It is about being tested. Saturn is there to make sure that if you are saying something, if you're saying, I want to be X, Y, and Z, and you're doing all the things that you need to do, that your mouth and your actions are in alignment. Okay, so Saturn is all about karma. And if you're saying one thing, but you're doing another, Saturn's gonna come in and really course correct you. So this is the time to really start to think, what do I want? And what is gonna make me happy? Because ultimately, Saturn is going to put you in the hot seat, and you're really gonna have to look at where you are. Is it where you want to be? For love, you got Six of Cups. This is kind of a wonderful card to end on. Six of Cups, it does have that kind of like past life soulmate energy. And by the way, soulmate, it's not just romantic. You can have soulmates and as friends and as, family members and even acquaintances, coworkers. But I feel like, for a lot of you, you're rekindling that kind of innocent love that you had with one another. Like what it's like to feel when you first start dating someone, right? So this is very much, if you're single, you're starting to be open and kind of, test the waters and potentially dating. And I think more so than anything, because we are coming up to the holiday season, and being single during the holidays is not the most fun, right? But you're also looking at it as, I don't want someone just to be there because, I want someone there to be there because I see them as a potential in my life for the long term. Okay, they have a potential to be with me and grow with me. Now for those of you in a relationship already, or partnership or marriage, this is about having fun together. This is being adventurous. This is having a little spontaneity in the relationship. And it's also about remembering why you love them so much. It's just having this ability to say, 2020 has been a hell of a year. And you're almost rekindling that into saying, we've made it through the hard times. We really have. And now, the future is kind of, it's endless. The possibilities are endless for us. So I would tell you that this is nice to have for love. I mean, it's a very free flowing, easygoing type of energy. And to be honest with you, I think we need more of it, especially the year we've had. So, you know, energy's really strong this week. There's going to be a lot going on. So the best you can do is stay grounded and center yourself, and we'll just see what happens. So if you guys have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. Like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video and the reading. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram and TikTok, please do so, because I do other readings there, and it gives you just kind of more information on what's happening at the current moment. All right. Thank you guys so much. And if you want a personal reading, please go to my website. The link is in the bio. Bye, guys.